Hey guys, Clumsy here, and welcome back to ETS2. And yes, we are still with our Renault Magnum. I still haven't had enough of it. I'm really loving this truck. Yes, it's an acquired taste, as you guys told me. And I certainly have acquired it. And I will not stop until you acquire it as well. So give it a chance, alright? Give it a chance. Right, let's go with that. I think I need to turn those on. There we go, so that Mr. Michelin Man also has a different look. Digital clock and everything. Yeah, mug is there. Bed is here. And if we turn on the TV for a second, watch the World Cup a bit. Where was it? TV tuner. That one. There it is. Maybe we'll find the Brazilian guy rolling around. What's the name of the guy again? I saw lots of memes, and even though I didn't see the match, I got intrigued enough for it. Anyway, it's not the focus of the episode. Today we are going from Grimsby, traveling to the Isle of Man, and then crossing over to Northern Ireland. Let me just pick the right thing here. I'm not sure which one I want. Maybe that one is good, and I can reset it. There we go. And then we can see our mileage later on. Also, as you might notice, different icon there. That's not the standard one. That's the one from the Subtle Icons pack from Kirill, from Gearshift Trucker. This will be released soon, and I'll be sharing with you the link in the mods list as soon as it is, right? But right now it's still not yet. But I think it's almost ready. Anyway, let's get that job, and I'll point out the different icons as we pass them along. I really like that. So we'll be taking some ventilation shafts, you know, the things that the Hollywood actors go into, like the vents. We'll be taking that from Grimsby, crossing Sheffield. We'll get to discover Sheffield because I don't think we have yet. And most of the roads that we're going through here, we haven't explored yet, so that's perfect. Also, we'll be going through the Isle of Man. And finally, shipping over to Belfast. Yeah, let's take that. Too bad there are no options in here. No other options for the looks of the trailer. Beautiful. Yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful truck. I really like this. You said that? There you go. Very well optimized and very cool looking once you get the hang of it. Where is it? There it is. So that's how the trailer pickup looks. No overt icons. There's just that green, subtle green fading in and out thing there to point the trailer. And what's more, there is the message from the coordinator. We'll have to check it out. So the Trucker for Hire series is back. You guys might have watched that yesterday. If you haven't, go and check it out. It's quite a different format from this one, where we drive a car, get into the industry, the pickup point, and then we take a quick job. So we don't have our own truck in that series. And because we pick a quick job, we did not see this layout here. So this one, see that arrow, I really love that. Super subtle. And here is your trailer, the coordinator, aka Big Brother Kirill. Here is your trailer. Yeah, that's the one. No doubt about it. So at least it's not blinking all throughout. And it doesn't look too unrealistic. Yeah, just enough to know which your trailer is. Only thing is it that one? Okay, it's that one. Let me try to stay in the cab so we can simulate this a bit. Is that it? Yes. Okay. Let me try and slow it down here, alright? Because I want to get this in one go. Yeah, that looks good. Alignment looks good there. There as well. Let's keep it steady. Perfect. Trailer cable should be set. It is working. Perfect. Good. Alright. Let's get going. As always, the engine sounds are from Grimsby. And before we head on out, let me have a review of this one. Yeah. So we'll be passing by M18, M180, then M18. Is that right? Yeah, I think so. A180 first though. Love that interchange. Pass through here first. Discover that. Yeah, that should unlock Sheffield. Manchester, Liverpool, we already went there. Yeah, see even this road. The M1, this part we haven't gone through before. And then M62, this part we also haven't. This part here we have. But then we cross over to the M6, which has not been explored as well. And then we pass by Douglas. Oh, unfortunately, we won't be able to explore this so much. But if we're not much in a hurry, we can go around. Yeah, just take a look around. And then go back, just so we can explore the Isle of Man. I remember this one. I have a colleague who is really a fan of drones. And he has like a photography, videography side business. He has a video about the Isle of Man. So good, like super scenic. And then anyway, that goes to Belfast. Yeah, that should be pretty smooth. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. 402 miles. And yes, we are working with miles today to keep things consistent with the UK setup. Good. So when we get to the highway, I will start with the Q&A again. And if you didn't watch the Trucker for Hire episode yesterday, I highly recommend you do, because I answered a few questions there as well. And if you were waiting for an answer on some of them, you might have missed it. So check it out, okay? Should be able to squeeze in here. The trailer is 4 tons. Yeah. Should be pretty easy. Easy mode. Should be no problem for our truck here. By the way, thank you guys for all the comments, all the wonderful comments about this truck. We got some backlash for sure, but thank you for trusting me enough to watch the episode still, even if it was a Renault. I know we have a lot of Renault haters, but good thing is I also realized that we have a lot of Renault lovers, so it's not that bad. Some people hate how it looks. That's also part of the subtle floating icons, that no entry sign. Very, very cool. Very subtle indeed. And I found out that a couple of people actually like Renaults. And it's a very welcome sight, you know. That not everyone hates Renaults. So it's a good change. Because when I was watching Squirrel, like most of the people in there hated Renaults with a passion. And yeah, it wasn't so healthy. Wait, let me pass by here. I know this is not the right route, but I wanted to take a photo on top of that highway. So let's do that, alright? Give me a chance here. We'll do a bit of a detour just so I can get over that bridge and take a shot over that highway. Love the engine sound here. Grimsby 101. And what I like about this sound in particular is he doesn't even he said that most of the actual sound files are from SKRS. So all he did was remix them. But he made it so much better. Oh crap. Hope we don't hit that traffic light. Okay. Good. And I wanted to go straight here. No car there, right? Yes. Okay. I wanted to get here on top and take a photo. There we go. Here is where I wanted to be. And then we'll take a nice photo here and we'll be on our way. But we are photographers at heart, so we don't want to miss a nice angle. That one. And later on, if we find more, then we will take more photos. Like, look at that, right? Now, the problem now is it's so hard to choose which angle is the best. But I guess we can do like a varied approach. Tilt it like that. Make it a bit wider. That shows the highway on the horizon. That looks so good. Yeah. Sold. Let's take one more dramatic shot like this. Maybe works as well. But for this one, we can make it a bit narrower. Photography 101 with Clumsy. That is more dramatic actually. Yeah, that's a bit more dramatic. And from here on this side, actually this is nice as well, but the shadow is on the wrong side. Let's take it anyway. Good. Right, I'm happy. Thank you. And here we have the wrong traffic lights. You guys told me about this already. So I think what you said was when that is green, this should be green as well. Unfortunately, there is a, as far as I know, there is a technical limitation that in making a map, there is no way to synchronize traffic lights. So you can't say that both of these should turn green at the same time. That's the problem. That's why this looks so weird. This looks so wrong. So it might be true that in this part of the world, and look at that sky, oh, foggy weather hype. And yes, there should be a new foggy weather beta coming pretty soon. Really looking forward to what that has to offer. And maybe soon enough it will be released. Who knows? Who knows? But I'll keep you guys posted as I get more news, alright? But anyway, yeah, as I was saying, yeah, with map making, there is no way to make the traffic lights consistent, synchronized. So the traffic light positioning might be accurate, but yeah, the lights, the sequence is not. So that's why it feels really weird when driving through here. I guess if there is no way to synchronize them, ProMods should just remove one of the traffic lights. Not sure what their point of view is there. Just to make it a bit more realistic in terms of behavior. Am I crashing on that side? Did I hit that guy? I'm not sure because I can hardly fit in here. Is this the right one? Yeah, this is the right one. There we go. Alright. On towards our merry way. Hey, look at that. It's green, but the guy doesn't want to continue. So weird. He's probably waiting for that green light. Yeah, so they'll come through one at a time because of that inconsistency there. Super weird. Maybe they should just remove the traffic light either here or maybe over there. They should just remove that traffic light. It will be less realistic in terms of the traffic light positioning, but with regard to the overall behavior of the cars, it will be more realistic. Wait, look at that, yeah? Moving just like 1 meter and then stopping. Anyway, so what was I talking about before that? Something about floating icons? No, not really. I think the sound files, right? So the sounds here are from Grimsby, but if you look at the settings, oh, fine. Yeah, I ran the red light, one of the red lights. If you read through the info file from Grimsby, he said that actually most of the stuff, most of the sound files actually came from SKRS, and he just remastered them, did a remix of some sort. So it just changed how each of the sounds get triggered, how loud they are, things like that, and it resulted in a much more realistic balance. So I think SKRS's problem is not really the recording. Like, they have a very comprehensive, they have a very advanced recording process. I think their problem, not really problem, but I think their growth opportunity is the mixing. Yeah, I think they mix too mildly. So they don't have, they haven't quite captured yet Krish Boom's approach in exploring, in mixing the sound files. So that can make a day and night difference. And here we go. Ah, beautiful. I love this drive. It's been a while since we've been in the UK, and it's good to finally spend some time in here. Very nice. Love it. Alright, let's get on with the questions, shall we? So yes, a couple of questions. We tackled some of them during the Trucker for Hire episode yesterday. So go and check it out if you haven't. Move over here, thank you. So we'll continue from there. Jay has a couple of questions still, and we are close to running out of questions. So if you have some more, please feel free, post them in the Discord server, alright? So we can continue with the Q&A. Otherwise, I'll just talk mindlessly about different topics to try and fill the silence. Anyway, so Jay's question: do you have dreams while sleeping? And do you ever remember it when you get up? Dreams, for sure, yes. Not every night, or at least I don't think so. But the weird thing about it is I don't really remember most of them. Like, I remembered enough that I had a dream, but if I would try and recount what happened, I almost always never recall enough. But I just remember that sometimes I have a very uncomfortable dream, like uncomfortable night. Like when you wake up, you feel like really restless, and it feels like you weren't able to sleep at all, things like that. But more or less, yeah, not such a dreamy person, I would say, and that's how I like it. I don't like having dreams so much because it makes it tires me out. I'd rather get a full night's sleep. But yeah, I think there are some statistics about this, and they say like almost everyone dreams, something like that. Don't quote me on this, right? But this is what I remember. But it's just that almost all the time, no one remembers, or you almost always forget. Okay, let's slow down like so. Might be slower than usual, but I need a bit more allowance because we're driving on the wrong side of the road. Yes, this is still the wrong side of the road from my point of view, even if I am living in Singapore since 2013, so for 5 years already, and even if Singapore has the same setup, same as the UK, until now I'm still not used to it. Now we're on the M1, nice. That is the refuel icon, very nice. From the subtle icons, subtle floating icons pack. And we are going to Sheffield, yes. Engine braking, please. A fellow Renault driver. I think it's a Renault Premium he's driving. Okay, so that's that item. Dreams. Sometimes though I remember, and sometimes you know that feeling about like you don't want to wake up yet because you have unfinished business with your dreams, but you cannot like just continue off where you left. Like if you wake up and when you close your eyes, you can't resume your dream anymore. that really sucks, you know, that how do you say, there is no closure. But that's the best we can offer at times. Right, we're now in Sheffield. Should discover it pretty soon. Did it pop up yet? I don't think so. There we go, finally. This is so weird. The distance is baffling for me. Like, I can never estimate my left side if I'm close to hit that wall or not. I guess we'll just hear it when it happens. Right, we turn right somewhere. Not bad. Fourth gear should be enough. Let's move on here. Oh crap. I think I'm going to block the intersection. Oh, that's fine. Okay, good. Next question. Can you whistle? That's as close as I can do to a whistle. So maybe if it's a simple yes or no, that's no. But I can try. I can try to whistle. Let me try it again. Maybe I'll get lucky. Nope. No dice. Not working. So no, I cannot. I did practice it for quite a bit before. Not really, but I wanted to learn how to do it, but yeah. it was not meant to be. It was not meant to be a whistling guy. Stop. Really nice car. Is this a Camaro? It's like Bumblebee. Chevrolet Camaro? Maybe. Another Renault Premium. And a Renault Magnum. These guys, these Englishmen, love their Renaults, huh? I wonder if that's true to life. Maybe some people will take offense. Right, let's move on. Next question. Have you ever sneaked out at night from your home? Sneaking out at night. Let me see. Let me recall my youth. At the time I was still living with my parents. And in the Philippines, the culture is a bit different from the US. In the US, you kind of move out of your home as early as, I don't know, 18, right? That's like a normal thing. In the Philippines, it's more like you move out of your home when you get married. So even if you're like 20 plus, late 20s, even 30s, if you're not married yet, then it's not really expected that you move out. Because in the Philippines, we have more of a close family ties kind of thing. So it's not weird to stay with your parents at all until you get married. And if you don't get married, then you stay with your parents all throughout. That's not a weird situation at all in the Philippines. Yeah, there's a bit of a cultural difference there. So for me, when did I sneak out? Well, my parents were not so strict about curfew so much. Maybe because I'm a guy, and they were not such strict about the rules. So I was not such a sheltered individual, I would say. Although they were on the conservative side, but in terms of timing, I think they trusted me enough. I think I established the trust enough that they didn't see a need to really guard me so much. And that's a tip I have for you guys. If your parents are super strict, there might be a reason for it. It might be that they had an experience before that caused them to be that strict, or you might have done something before that caused them to lose trust and they wanted to be a bit more defensive, or maybe they themselves well, during their youth, really like to go out and do some stuff. So maybe that's why they're strict. And you have to understand them and maybe put your shoes, put your position, how do you say it? Put yourself in their shoes, there you go. And maybe you will understand, and maybe you will find a way how to work with that. Maybe make them less strict, maybe gain their trust or something. Anyway, from my side, I guess I was able to establish a trust there. So I was basically like a good son. I wasn't like called in the office, like I was pretty much independent, so they didn't need to go to the school so much. I didn't get into fights, I didn't get into trouble. My grades were fine. Like I was not like the valedictorian or top of the class, but I was near the top, so my grades were pretty good, so not too shabby. And during the report card season, I didn't need to. Normally, your parents would be required to get the card on your behalf, so that your teachers could also discuss some of the things they wanted to discuss, like improvement areas or watch outs, things like that. But my parents were very busy before. They're both doctors. They were both doctors, so yeah, they didn't have so much time outside. So I was able to make the teachers trust me enough that I got my own report card, because they didn't have anything to discuss with the parents anyway. So during report card season, I would just get my own card, maybe get a letter to authorize myself. And like my parents would sign a letter, and then I would get the card myself, and that was done. So I acted pretty independently. They didn't really need to watch over me so much. So I think that trend continued all throughout. And initially, when I was in high school, I didn't really go out that much. I think it only started during college, where I really wanted to go out every weekend for sure. Every night, maybe not really, because I don't have enough money for that. But yeah, every weekend for sure. Like Saturday, if I stay at home, I'll be pretty sad. I'll get depressed. Like I feel so oppressed if I didn't have if I didn't go out with my friends. I'll feel really sad, and I feel like yeah, my social needs during college were much different than what they are now. Now they're like, if I get to stay at home, oh man, that's heaven. Before it was the opposite. But yeah, when I needed to go out, I told my parents, crap, and they usually didn't restrict me, so I never had to sneak out. So I guess my advice, if someone is having trouble with that, like if their parents are super strict, find a way to earn the trust of your parents. Like make them not regret trusting you. So earn it, and then maybe they will be more lenient on your end. At least that's how it worked on my side. Maybe you'll have similar success with it. But yeah, so in terms of going out, not really a problem. I would just say that I'll be going out, and they will probably have some complaints like, oh, you're going out again. Things like that. They might not like it so much, you know, but they won't prevent me from going outright. And so we will just have to bear with the displeasure or their disappointment, things like that. But yeah, I mean, if you know that you're not doing anything bad, then there's really no reason to be guilty about it. That is if your judgment is pretty good. Slow down here. Engine brake hype. Getting the hang of this, aren't I? And then as I say that, I crash into some pole. Maybe not, hopefully not. I love this route though. Love it. Thankfully ProMods improved this area so much. Otherwise it would be a totally different deal. Okay. Good. So yes, I think my main problem, the biggest problem I had was not going out, it was coming back home. Like, even though they would allow me to go out, they are pretty conservative. I'm not sure because if it was because of their generation, maybe it was a generation gap. Maybe they didn't do that on their time, or maybe they did, but they don't want me to do that. But they always want me to go home early, like, I don't know, 10 p.m. And if you've been out, you know that 10 p.m. is only the time when it starts. Like 10 p.m. nothing has happened yet. It's only the time when people have started arriving and people have begun enjoying really. So yeah, 10 p.m. going home at 10 p.m. no way. No way. And so they wouldn't really make me go home, but they will keep on asking, where are you? What time are you coming home? And eventually, like initially they didn't get it, but after a while they understood. They kind of got used to the situation, and then later on I would just align with them outright that I'll be coming home very late. Yeah, and then they'll understand. So I think it all comes back to the trust. Like even if they're not used to the situation, because they trust me enough to stay safe, to be responsible and things like that, they don't contradict that hard. So that's a very good thing. Just make sure never to break their trust, otherwise you lose it for a very, 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 very long time. So when you say something, you do it. When you commit something, you do it. Otherwise it would break your credibility. And that's basically how it is in real life, not only with your parents. That's how you build your reputation, so to speak. Keep your word. And if you can't do something, be realistic about it. Don't just say you'll be home by midnight when you know that that's not really going to happen. Even if it doesn't sound nice, tell them, I'll be home by 4 a.m., by 5 a.m. Things like that. But yeah, it wouldn't stop them from texting because they're parents, and that's what parents do. Parents are hardwired to worry and care for their children, so they will text, but don't take it against them because they just care for you. So just be patient as well in telling them that no, not yet, I'm not yet going home, I'll be fine. They just want to know that you're safe, you have a way to go home and things like that. Ooh, and this is the first time I'm seeing this. I love this icon, the fairy icon. Nice, love it. Wing. Nice, love that. Let's go to the Isle of Man. Douglas, yeah. Oh, that's under the UK as well, based on the color at least. Yeah, so that's my story. Eventually, when I grew up, after I graduated, when I started working, didn't really have much of a problem anymore. Although, yeah, they still would, because I still live with them. I lived with them until I was, what, 26 maybe? Because I got married, 27, something like that. I know I asked you about this already before when we went here. But what is that logo again, guys? Drive on the left, okay. And I know we'll just be going back on this spot, but we want to explore a bit Isle of Man. A bit of sightseeing tour. And here we go with these super tight roundabouts. ProMods, there you go. Oh crap. Super close to hitting the guards, the guardrails. Okay, there we go. And I always remember this. This is like a trademark thing that my parents would say, because especially when you're younger, you tend to stay up late, right? And your parents tend to stay up, well, tend to sleep early because they have work the next day. And so they would always tell me, oh, go to sleep already. Like as early as 10 a.m. they would say that. And every time they get a chance, if they wake up in the middle of the night, or if they you know those times when they wake up a little, they would always say that, always say that. So that became like a mantra, so to speak. And so even when I moved out, I could still sometimes hear them telling me to sleep already. Oh, look at this! Wow, mountains all throughout. Very scenic route. Very nice day. Good day to do a sort of road trip. Grimsby. This island is very small, huh? The drivable area is very small. Very nice. Very simple looking. I guess it looks much better from from up top, from a drone's point of view. So I remember my colleagues' drone footage of this place. It was magnificent, just totally breathtaking. And yeah, that's done. So I think we go here, we make a U-turn, and then we go out again. Can I fit in? Thank you. Just take a tour of the place. Oh, there's a nice acre trailer there. Some bales, some horses. Pretty sad farm, huh? Looks very empty. Yeah, let's wait for this guy. That was a very silent truck, wasn't it? So that's my story. Did I finish it? Kinda. Yes. So thank you for the question, Jay. He has another one. I think he has one more question. Yeah. Okay. And then we're almost done with the questions. If given a chance, would you do a face makeup on Mrs. Clumsy? Goes into hiding. Ooh, lots of sheep there. Nice. Would I do a face makeup on Mrs. Clumsy? Yeah, it would be fun. I mean, usually it's the other way around. Mrs. Clumsy would always find a way to experiment with some makeup on me. like 99 times out of 10 I would refuse, but at some point she would win over, and I would let her put makeup on me. I don't know, something she's testing out and she wants to test it on me. So that's Ripperoonie. But the other way around, it would be nice to get some revenge. So yes, for sure, I would be happy to get some revenge on her. Yeah, I'll probably try it and do as bad a job as possible. It would be a fun couple activity, and it would be a nice way to get back on her with all the things I've had to endure. In terms of the makeup, that is. Oh, there's a small IKEA here. Pretty sneaky IKEA. Maybe that's only like a warehouse or a distribution center. Alright, so now we have to cross this again. These are my most hated types of roundabouts, the super small ones, because they're my absolute weakness. And that's how the closed lane looks like. Ah, dang it! I was waiting for that to happen. I think I hit the post a bit. I think the trailer is not damaged, I hope. Okay, just the truck. Just a bit of scratch on that side. Maybe we lost a headlight or two. That should be fine. This is it, right? Yes. This is it. I really love this icon. I think this is my favorite icon from the entire pack from Kirill. Maybe this one, and then the next one, my favorite would be the toll gate. You might have seen that from yesterday's Trucker for Hire episode. Okay, from there we go to Belfast. 3 hours, yes, and we're almost there. And then we have one more question from Rohan. I think this is the last question in our list, so if you guys have more, post it in the questions channel in the Discord. Or if you're not in Discord, you can also post it in the comment section below, and I will take care of logging it for you so it's not forgotten. What time is it? 9 PM now. Wow, very long trip. Good thing sunset is very late here, because we started I think around 6 AM. So we've been traveling for more than 12 hours. I guess from a real trucker's point of view, we should have rested already. Well, I guess we rested kind of it. We kind of rested anyway on the ship, on the ferry. So it's not that bad. Yeah, look at that. That sunset is magnificent. And I'm really looking forward to what else Kirill has in store for us. One thing to note is with the foggy weather that's coming up, prepare yourselves for a super large hard drive space requirement. I don't know how much you need, 10 gigs, maybe more, but it would be like super high quality textures. So be prepared for that. Good. So Rohan asks, we all know that ETS2 and ATS is one of those relaxing games, and sometimes when I have the mood and do some trucking, after a while I feel a bit groggy. This is Rohan, right? This is his exact message. Tired and want to take an actual nap, so get sleepy while trucking. Does this happen to you? For sure. Not when you make videos, but generally play by yourself. It's just you and the truck. You're not listening to any music, podcasts, whatsoever. If you had this feeling, what's the best way to avoid it? This question might be stupid to ask. No, not stupid at all. You know what they say? The only stupid question is the one left unasked. For sure there are exceptions, but yeah, that's the general term. So thank you for asking. It happens to me a lot, yes. I get bored sometimes when trucking. It's too relaxing sometimes that I feel groggy, I feel sleepy. And I think it's a very normal behavior. Now, what do I do to avoid it? Well, first and foremost, as you mentioned, I almost never, nowadays, when I truck offline, when I'm not recording, I almost always listen to podcasts. Because I want, otherwise I might get sleepy. Yeah, unless the road is super scenic, unless the truck is really like brand new and really I want to explore every facet of it. It almost always makes me sleepy after, I don't know, 30 minutes or an hour. So I tend to listen to podcasts, and that occupies my mind, and so I don't get sleepy at all. Some people like to listen to music. Some people like watching streams in the background. So what I would suggest if you don't want to get sleepy is, you do something else at the same time. Wow, we're catching all these red lights. But yeah, I can totally understand. Some people though, they're pretty fine. That's actually what they want. They want the relaxing aspect, so they don't want anything else that is on top of the actual trucking experience, and that's perfectly fine. If you prefer that, then that's good. If you can survive that for hours and hours of trucking, then that's perfect. But personally, I'm yeah, I get bored easily, so I have to occupy my mind. And so my personal approach is listening to podcasts. And podcasts are very I would say it's one of the, it's one of my recent discoveries that I really am valuing a lot these days. Look at that. That one is synchronized. I'm not sure how it happens. That one is synchronized. Maybe there's a way to synchronize it. Maybe not linking it officially, but I don't know, timing wise it can work. Or maybe it's a matter of luck, depending on how the game loaded the map. I don't know. If someone knows in the mapping mod world, let me know, okay, how that works. But yeah, podcasts are one of the treasures that I've just only recently discovered. They provide so much insight. They can provide so much entertainment. And the topics are limitless. You can find a podcast about Twitch. You can find podcasts about sports, about football, maybe about trucking even. I'm not sure, I haven't looked yet. About personal finance, which is the one I'm really enjoying, and all the other stuff. Are we delivering to the FTS? Yes, okay. So this is our stop here. Very narrow intersection, so we'll take up both spaces, both lanes. And the parking area seems like it's behind. Yeah. So I guess maybe this warehouse's air conditioning is broken. That's why we need to deliver this ventilation shaft. Maybe Ethan Hunt went through and destroyed the place. There we go. The parking area, if you haven't seen that yet. Some cartons again. That carton right there says your trailer goes here or something like that. That even has a typo thingy. Oh, this is blindside reverse for me. Crap. Yeah, almost. Because I'm on the other side. Right-hand drive. Okay, let's see if we can make this work. I think that's wrong. Yeah, that's wrong. Maybe what I can do, maybe I can loop around or something. Maybe this can work. Yeah, there we go. There should be enough space for this, I hope. So at least I face this way, and I can look out on my right to park this thing. Make sure not to hit that. There's another trucker for hire there. Or maybe that's the manager. If that's the manager, maybe we should just nudge it a bit. Oh, wrong angle. Still not used to parking this way. Feels so weird. Is that enough? I think it's slightly under, but maybe it will work. Yes. Okay, I might hit this other side. Let me see. Let's move forward a bit and straighten it out. Okay, that looks much better. Looking at my front mirror, so don't hit the gate. That one, yeah. I really love this Renault's front mirror. It's in the middle. It's so easy to see. There we go. Just nudge it a bit there. Do some corrections and we should be right. Smack in the middle. Right? Yeah, now we straighten it out. Yeah, it should be good. Perfect parking. There we go. Nice, and there's still sun. Perfect. Please park the trailer here. The coordinator. Let's have a look at my fuel economy after we get out of this screen. 12k. Yeah, I'll take that. 282 miles. I thought it was 400 miles. Oh, but that maybe includes the ferry. Yeah. Okay. Good. So yes, that's what I do, Rohan, to try and avoid sleeping, but each person would have their own like technique. But yeah, maybe you can try podcasts and see if that's a thing for you as well. Let's have a look. 49.5. That's not very good, is it? 49.5 liters per 100 miles? Wait a minute. It should be MPG if it's miles, but this one it looks like... I'm not sure. Let me have a look at Discord. Discord should have logged this job. Maybe that's a more accurate number. Let's see if it's also somewhere near 49.5, because I'm more used to the metric system when it comes to the fuel consumption. Yeah, look at this. I got 31.22 liters per 100 kms. So maybe that metric of the dash is not trustworthy. 31.22, that's a very good score. Alright, so I'll take that. Anyway, let's leave it there, guys. Close the lights. Close the engine. Love it. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe, comment, and share with your friends. Really helps me a lot. And feel free to check out my Patreon page as well. Link is in the video description for ways on how to support the channel directly for as low as $1 a month and support the continuous creation of content. Yeah, anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day. Catch you in the next one. Looking forward to your comments. Clumsy trucking, and bye-bye.